RSN, Rangers Sports Network, presented by Progressive. It is baseball time in Texas.
Oh my goodness, what a grab! To the wall, and the Rangers win it!
Oh my goodness. I mean, they were lined up today and they're coming in tonight for Rangers baseball presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. We open a series with the Kansas City Royals tonight. Rangers in the City connects the fans in the bloody lip jersey giveaway today. It's going to be a fun Friday night here at Globe Life Field tonight. All right, welcome in everybody. Great to have you along with us this evening. I'm Dave Raymond alongside Mike Bassick, and we're ready to go and really happy to see a new team in town here tonight as Kansas City comes rolling in. Mike, I think the news for the Rangers is going to be, again, starting pitching, first inning woes, blah, blah, blah. Mackenzie Gore started to look a little bit better.
He really has. He's done much better. Now we're going to kind of eliminate that Colorado start. But as we look at his last two full starts on May 12th and the 24th, it's 14 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, only 3 walks, 12 strikeouts, and 1 home run. We're looking for that Mackenzie Gore tonight against the Kansas City Royals. Now, one of his best strikeout pitches is his curveball. We look at those last 2 starts, 25 swings and misses and 6 strikeouts with the curveball. Now that's his go-to strikeout pitch. He has to have the fastball command for that pitch to be effective.
Okay, so we hope for a good start from Mackenzie Gore. And again, for me, scoreless first inning would be great. But we move on to the opponent tonight, and that is the Kansas City Royals. The Rangers have had their struggles, no doubt. We always talk about the other team. It is worth mentioning this is a scuffling Kansas City team.
They are struggling. They have not done that good this year. You look at Chevy under the hood, and they're 5-15 in their last 20 games, a negative 36 run differential. They're 7-17 on the road. 3 runs per game, the 626 OPS, all worst in Major League Baseball. Been swept 5 times. That's tied for most in Major League Baseball. You are playing a team struggling. That doesn't mean you can just go out and show up. The Rangers have to play good baseball tonight.
Okay, well, and part of that will be somebody taking care of the offense. Josh Young has had quite a year so far for the Rangers, and maybe heating up just a little bit too. Let's put him in the spotlight when we come back.
Rangers baseball on RSN is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com.
By Specs Wine, Spirits, and Finer Foods.
And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers.
I'm looking forward to this one tonight, a Frost Bank Friday here at Globe Life Field, and we're going to have a full house for the opening game between the Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. Also excited to welcome in the newest member of our broadcast crew. Please say hello to Michelle Montaigne.
Thank you so much, Dave. I am so happy to be here, and I'm so happy that Josh Young has been hitting as well as he has all season long. In fact, coming off of a game where not only did he walk and single, but his homer, he was quick to point out to me, was the longest in his career so far this season. Now, he credits his success this year to the work that he's done with hitting coach Justin Bealey, and more specifically, what he's done with his swing and helping him see what's actually happening at the plate. Sometimes, especially with runners in scoring position this season, Young had said, you know, we want to make something happen so badly at the plate that you can't always see what's happening, such as a pitcher trying to pitch around him. He said his work with Bealey has really helped him see better. That's resulted in better ABs the last couple months, and it's also resulted in the highest home batting average in Major League Baseball for Young, Dave.
Yeah, it's been great, and you just hope that he can keep it up. And then, ideally, Mike, somebody else would join him in that pursuit.
Yes, you need multiple guys hot at the same time to score multiple runs in an inning. Now, as we look at our Ben Abbott starting pitcher tonight, it's lefty Mackenzie Gore. On the year, he's 3-4, has the 4.42 ERA, 62 strikeouts in 55 innings. The arsenal for Gore, the fastball needs the command there, so that curveball that's devastating can get the strikeouts with that pitch.
Okay. The Clay Cooley starting lineup for Kansas City today will be Lane Thomas up top there in left field. Bobby Witt Jr., the local kid, playing shortstop, batting second, and then it's Michael Garcia. Salvador Perez, Starling Marte, and Vinny Pasquantino in the middle. It's Lofton, Caglione, and Isbell at the bottom of the lineup for Kansas City tonight.
Let's take a look at the Rangers defense on this Friday night. In the outfield is Osuna, Carter, and Nimmo. In the infield, left to right, you have Young, Duran, Nicky Lopez at second, Jake Berger at first, and Danny Jansen doing the computer box calls tonight behind the dish.
Okay. That computer box back in there again. It might be time to mix it up a little bit.
Gore has I think a computer box right there on the side hip.
It does.
Left side hip.
It does. So we've identified all the computer boxes. Where is it? There it is. It's funny, that little ubiquitous piece of equipment. Been around for a couple of years now, and it's changed a portion of the game, and that portion being the communication of the pitches from catcher to pitcher. Lane Thomas, the first hitter, and that first offering, a fastball right in there, strike one to the leadoff man. Thomas hitting .215, a home run with 9 driven in this year. Has done a really good job, though, of getting on base. And he takes outside. Has a .359 on base average, thanks in large part to 21 walks. And sometimes, you know, the raw number of walks is one thing, but it's 21 walks against 25 strikeouts. That type of a ratio, more unusual in today's game. A guy who can walk as often as he strikes out.
Yeah, so the .215 batting average, as you're saying, finding a way to get to first base. In fact, when you read the lineup, you find the Royals have struggled scoring runs, but the lineup doesn't look bad on paper.
I'm with you. When you pencil in all the numbers, you're thinking, well, they look pretty competent. The 1-2 and a breaking ball fouled away by Thomas. They moved the fences in Kansas City this year in hopes of improving the offensive output of this team. Maybe get a little more slug in the lineup, but they have not slugged. Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Gore just blows it past Thomas, his first strikeout of the night.
Well, big first out here, gets the fastball up and away, blows it by Thomas with the four-seamer, and you started it off, Dave. You just made a comment, but this is a big inning for the Texas Rangers and their starting pitchers.
Oh boy, is it. The first inning has been the Rangers' undoing really this year, so it is, you know, it's just the first 3 outs of the game. I feel like for the last, I don't know, 25, 30 years, all we've talked about is how difficult it is to get the final 3 outs of the game. For the Rangers, the key has been, can they just navigate the first 3 outs? As they have been hammered in the first innings this year. 1-0 to Witt. And one right in there. It's a ball and a strike. Witt, a .290 hitter with 9 home runs, and definitely one of the more dangerous hitters going in the American League. Certainly one of the most respected, and he shoots that one out to center field. Carter angling back and reaches up and makes the catch. Carter makes up a lot with that speed. He kind of started in a little bit, but was able to get back and make the play.
Yeah, you can see the smile on his face. It fooled him. Watch, he just takes a couple side steps thinking it's on him, and then realize this ball is carrying big time. It's always tough from 300+ feet away to exactly know how hard a guy hit it. That was 107 off the bat. Big second out.
Big second out. So with 2 away, Michael Garcia. And he'll watch one upstairs. See Garcia's numbers at .263 average. And he takes one down the middle. 1-1. The Royals had yesterday off. It was after being swept by the Yankees, and in really dramatic ways. There's a little bouncer foul, 1-2. They just got crushed by New York. And so they had yesterday to just kind of, I guess, get away from it all and lick their wounds a little bit. Outscored 26-4 in the 3-game series. 1-2 pitch, and that one is out towards center, drops in front of Carter, and Garcia is aboard. First base runner of the night for either team.
Well, not a bad pitch. Curveball below the zone. Gore reacts negatively there. Wanted to probably get that a little bit lower, but not a bad miss there.
Garcia has 4 steals this year. He's also been caught 3 times. He's not going anywhere. His first curveball misses to Salvador Perez. One thing you can guarantee with Perez is that he is not looking to walk. And you can see by that swing rate, 4th highest, he'll be hacking. I say that, he takes a strike. That's a rarity as well. 1-1.
But I also know he probably really regretted that.
Taking that pitch?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Called strikes on Salvador Perez. I'm swinging next pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you could almost bounce it, and he's going to be swinging. Gore's 1-1, and he was swinging.
He
Pass
hates
ball
it.
away.
I don't know what the stats are, but I wonder after a called strike.
It's got to be 100%.
He swings it to me almost every next pitch.
You know, guys will stay up at night ruminating over what happened in a game. I think with him, that's it. It's just the strikes he didn't swing at, I think, probably bother him more than anything. You know, other guys might stay up all night worried about, gosh, I can't believe I chased that slider in the 5th inning. He doesn't care. He just doesn't want to miss swinging at strikes. He's a great one, though. What a career for Salvador Perez. I'll foul that one away. In fact, I was looking at this earlier today, Mike. Just going over his year by year. After the pandemic, so starting in 2021, the last 5 full seasons, he's averaged better than 30 home runs a year. And it's the advanced part of his career, the 1-2 pitch, and that one is lined out into left field. And that's why he's dangerous. That one bangs up against the wall. Garcia is asked to stop at 3rd, and he does. Last second, slammed on the brakes. Big smile from Salvador Perez after that 2-out double.
Well, another curveball. 2 curveballs now for base hits. Boy, I thought for a second, I thought Garcia was getting waved home here.
I wasn't so sure that they were even considering stopping him. Now it brings up a Rangers killer, Starling Marte. And he'll go after strike 1. Marte, 283 average on the year. Decent numbers against Gore in his career. And for guys who have a lot of plate appearances against the Rangers in their careers, like 100, he's top 10 all time against the Rangers. He has inflicted a lot of damage, and he takes a strike. It's 0-2.
I'm wondering here, ahead in the count, Gore strikeout pitches the curveball, but in this game early, it doesn't have that late bite that he wants.
And it's 2nd and 3rd, the 0-2 pitch, and that's up and out. Changeup misses badly out there. 20 pitches into the inning. So Gore got 2 quick outs. We're feeling pretty good about that. But here we are, 1st inning, and The Royals are threatening. Got to take care of Marte. Here it comes. And that's high, 2-2.
Wasn't really much of a flinch there. I'm wondering if he was sitting breaking ball, and maybe you want to double up with that.
2-2. And this one back up the middle. Backhand grab by Lopez, and it's so to first in time. Inning is over. Royals get men to second and third base, but Gore doesn't flinch. Keeps them off the board. A scoreless top of the first. Now here come the bats. Peterson, Young, and Brandon Nimmo coming up. It's 25 and 31 in our Clay Cooley starting lineup tonight. Jock Peterson at DH leading it off. Then it's Young and Nimmo right after him. Jake Berger, Ezekiel Duran, Evan Carter in the heart of the order. Osuna in left. Jansen catches. Nicky Lopez at second base, bats ninth.
The Ben Abbott starting pitcher for the Royals is Stephen Kolak. He's Texas A&M guy, 6'3", having a very good year so far. 2.77 ERA, 185 batting average against. The Arsenal's fastball change, cutter, sweeper, slider. Likes that slider as his strikeout pitch. The Royals defense tonight. In the outfield, you have Thomas, Isbell, and Caglione. In the infield, left to right, Garcia, Witt Jr., Lofton, and Pasquantino, and Salvador Perez doing the catching.
Okay, so here we go. So today in the ballpark, the great Chuck Morgan, public address announcer for the Rangers, been doing it here forever. Never misses a game. He was announcing the lineups. There's Chuck. And I don't know that he did it on purpose. A fan let me know this one today. It's the first pitch to Peterson. Outside, ball one. He thought it was unintentional. That for DH, Chuck said designated hero, not hitter, designated hero. And I love the idea. May it be Jock Peterson, our designated hero tonight. Chuck, purposeful or not, that was genius. Let's see. Jock 244 with 6 homers and 16 RBIs. And he watches one away. It's 3-0.
Well, the walk hasn't happened yet, but this would be rare for Kolak this year. He's a big-time command pitcher, not a big strikeout pitcher.
Yeah, he finds the bottom of the strike zone there. 3-1. Well, Aggie from Texas A&M. His 3-1 pitch. Ooh, he got Jock to chase that. It looked almost like a slider to me. Called a cutter. Looked like a back foot slider.
He throws both of them. So probably at 91, fastball around 94, probably a cutter.
And there was the back foot slider, and that one missed. So Peterson walks, and the Rangers have that lead man on. Well, Josh Young heading to the plate now. We take a look at our Ford leaderboard. How about since April Fool's Day? This is no joke. Leading the American League with a .337 average. Top 5 in multi-hit games and batting average on balls in play. He has absolutely crushed it. And he takes a strike here. That series against Houston, the Rangers got the leadoff hitter on 9 times. He scored on 6 occasions. And Young pops this one up out into right field. Caglione takes care of it, 1 away. Bring up Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo, left-handed hitter, .263 average with 6 home runs. Robbed of a home run yesterday. And he watches strike 1. Rangers wrapped up a tough 4-game series with Houston last night. And there's another strike. It's quickly 0-2. And I think tickled to see somebody else today.
I was really happy when you announced the Royals lineup. You didn't say Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, right. Man alive. Now, he's a great hitter. Oh, Salvador Perez with our first ABS challenge of the night. Our ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. The veteran catcher thought that one caught the strike zone. Let's see. Here it comes. Oh. Don't play video games with Salvador Perez. That's a strikeout of Nimmo. 2 away. Well, here comes Jake Burger. Oh man, at first with 2 out. And Burger watches off the plate. It was a really tough series for Jake at Houston series. Went 1 for 13 against the Astros. Kolek gets in the line. That one right out over third. That's a base hit. Extra bases, in fact. Peterson lumbering to third. They'll stop him. It's a double for Burger. Yeah. Get this offense on a roll, Jake.
Sellout crowd, big ovation after this one. Hanging breaking ball, stays on the inner part of the plate. Burger hits this ball similar to Salvador Perez in the first inning. So now the Rangers have their chance, second and third, 2 outs.
I'd love to get that first run of the night. Duran aggressively after strike 1. Peterson at third, Burger at second base. And Duran flares that out to center field. That's a base hit. Peterson's in. Burger right on his heels. He'll score. A 2-run single for Ezekiel Duran. And the Rangers do strike first tonight.
Big 2-out hit gets Ranger fans on their feet. Fastball inside corner. Jams Duran a little bit, but not enough. Gets this ball into center field. Little surprise Isbell didn't come up here throwing. I'm wondering if he just didn't get a good grip here.
Now Evan Carter showing bunt, but he takes one upstairs. I'm with you on that. I don't know if you picked up Peterson coming around third base. I think he almost assumed that Burger would score. This one has popped up. Short left field. That one drops in, fair ball, and then spins left into third base, and stopping there Duran. It looked like Ragsdale had some thought of potentially sending him. But Duran drops anchor there. The Rangers have second and third again on the bloopiest of doubles.
Maybe Lady Luck is on the Rangers' side. Evan Carter plopping one down the left field line. And yeah, right here when that ball took that side spin, Rags was thinking about it.
And I think probably good that they did stop Duran. That one off the plate to Osuna for a ball, because the way that ball, once it rattles around in those weird netted areas along the side, you can get some awkward moments for guys. But that one kicked up beautifully and could have been trouble. So that area is weird. You got the concrete, you got those padded pillars, and then that is just a kind of like a fishnet. So you can get all kinds of different responses by the ball when it's hit in that area, depending upon what it hits. Now, if those kids were maybe into it, they could have punched the ball away. Maybe that's what fans need to do. Here's a 2-1. And that's on the ground up the middle. Backhand stopped by Lofton. His throw is not in time. It pulls Pasquantino off the bag. Another run is in. No argument from Pasquantino. Matt Quattaro says, yeah, we can't review that one. And so the good hustle by Osuna keeps the inning going.
Well, speed puts pressure on fielders, and right there, didn't get a fastball grip, throws a little bit more of a changeup, and you can see Pasquantino, that heel comes off the base and can't get back to it.
Error on Lofton, his 5th of the season. So Osuna does not get an RBI, and I doubt he cares one whit.
Well, putting the ball in play is so important. I hear people tell me that strikeouts and pop outs and ground outs are all the same. Most of the time, yeah. But a strikeout doesn't produce that.
No. So first and third with 2 outs. And Jansen, the 8th hitter of the inning, takes strike 1. 3 runs across. And the Rangers not done yet, threatening for more. And Jansen could not stop. Carlos Torres, our first base umpire, rings him up. 0-2. Seemed like a pretty easy call. There goes Osuna from first. The pitch is up and out. The throw goes into center field. Carter scores. Osuna to third. And the Rangers are up 4-0.
Oh, 2 count, your hitter's in a bad situation. Why not put on somewhat the first to third steal here? And here's the bad throw. Osuna had stopped halfway. That's why you don't see him in the picture. He was intentionally going to try to get into a rundown to score Carter, but the bad throw made it very easy for the Rangers.
Well, you're talking about a Gold Glove catcher, and that one just flat got away. The error on Perez. And now Jansen strikes out. The inning is done, but the Rangers play 4 runs. They take advantage of a couple of errors. What a start tonight. Jake Berger with a big double. Got things rolling, and then Ezekiel Duran delivering the 2-run single. Rangers up big early tonight.
At Globe Life Field, where earlier today Wyatt Langford took live BP for the first time since that setback with his forearm strain. He said afterwards that he felt great. Skip Schumacher said that the 5 ABs he watched Langford take were a perfect case scenario for all he needed to see in order for him to start a rehab assignment, which, guys, he will start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's really good news.
Great news. And hopefully, however many games it takes to get back into a baseball groove, he's ready to go when he comes back.
Well, the Rangers, speaking of good news, 4-0 start to this one for Mackenzie Gore as he works to Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino off to a 199 start at the plate. And he bounces it back to the mound. Gore has all kinds of time, underhands it to first, and that's the first out of the inning.
Both these teams desperately looking for confidence in their dugout. And the great news is the Rangers sent a negative message over to Kansas City.
Yeah, that's the type of thing when you're struggling, as Kansas City has been. You mentioned that last series where they were swept by the Yankees. A first inning like that to start a series can be a little discouraging as Lofton takes a strike. And that guy right there, their veteran leader, the captain, just airmailing a throw to second base into center field. That was as shocking a moment as any in that inning. There's a fly ball to center. Carter reaches up to make the catch. 2 gone. I'll bring up Caglione. Caglione has been making hard contact, but it hasn't really resulted in the production that he wants. And that, I mean, when he was in college, that's what he was known for, is just hitting the shnikes out of the ball. There were some moments when he was at Florida that were jaw-dropping, some of the home runs he'd hit. And he takes a strike.
Also,
1-1.
Really good pitcher, too.
Yeah.
There were thoughts when he was drafted that he could do the Ohtani thing.
There's still, every now and then, right, we like to entertain that as a possibility, but never seems to play out. 1 and 2.
It's so tough. Let's just say if you're American, and I don't know about Japanese, you know, the growth of a player, but you have to be on the same level everywhere if you do it. If you're a AA hitter, you need to be a AA pitcher. AAA hitter, AAA pitcher. It has to match up perfectly, which it rarely ever probably would. Maybe, gosh, he's probably like should be a high A ball pitcher right now, but we think he can hit in AAA. Right. What do we do with this?
Yeah. You can only play on one team.
Yeah. I will say this, Caglione, I think he likes doing leg workouts.
Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss. He strikes out here. And a good start for Mackenzie Gore. 10 pitches in the second inning. That's a shutdown inning. We played an inning and a half tonight, and the Rangers lead 4-0.
It couldn't be greater. Look, mama, I made it. But my boys in the cut, they be rowdy and rough. If someone thinking that they gon' take it. You can run, but you can't hide, and you really do gotta face it. Mr. Put it all on. They know me just cause I be really rocking all the latest.
We're at Globe Life Field versus our Rangers tomorrow and Sunday. Get your tickets at Rangers.com. Bobby Witt Jr. in the picture. He's probably thinking about, what is it, 5-6 years ago? He was playing for a state championship around this time.
Amazing. Superstar, Colleyville heritage. Brings a lot of fans to the ballpark when he comes through town. Nicky Lopez leading off this inning for the Rangers, and he starts off on a 2-0 count. It'll be Lopez, Jock Peterson, and Josh Young. And Kolek rushes the fastball past Nicky. 2-1. Kolek, in getting the first couple of outs, needed 11 pitches, and that includes a walk. There's a swing and a miss. 2-2, but then the Rangers forced him to throw 14 more pitches on the way to adding the 4 runs in the first inning. 4 runs on 3 hits. Two, and that one is lashed foul. Well, Nicky Lopez now in his 3rd game as a Ranger. Looking for that first base hit. Here's the 2-2. Little tapper by the mound. Charging in. Witt throws. And it's in time. Barely. To get Nicky Lopez.
Wow.
I mean, I saw him throw it. I'm not sure I ever saw him actually glove it.
Well, he did.
Got near him, and next thing you know, it's on the way.
He didn't need leather. He just needed his bare hand. And one motion. In today's game, there are some great shortstops. It's tough to beat Bobby Witt Jr. playing defensive shortstop.
Now Peterson, and he pops up the first pitch here behind home plate. Yeah, that is a very exciting player to watch. Listen, I've been on this kick for years. To me, home runs are great, scoring runs, strikeouts are fun when you got a good power pitcher. But excellent defense, sparkling defense is just so much fun to watch. And he is brilliant at it. That's down low. Oh, and Peterson couldn't stop himself. It's 0-2.
Peterson looks like he disagrees with that call. No challenge on stuff like that, but
thank goodness.
Not. They thought about it.
I mean,
I teased you enough about it during the offseason.
Yeah, we got enough things to challenge. Time called. Jock got a little extra time there and had some words for Bruce Dreckman. Here's the 0-2. That's up and out. Dreckman, we always like to point out too, he's the one umpire remaining in the game who has his own unique way of keeping count of balls and strikes. Little tapper, first base line, and Kolek takes it himself. 2 away. Uses the old football style that referees use in college and in the NFL, where you move that little, I don't know, almost like rubber band type thing over your fingers with each successive ball or strike, and you keep count that way. He's the only one who doesn't use a counter. And so you watch him back there always fidgeting with his hands, moving those bands around. Unique style.
Do all 4 umpires keep the count?
Yeah, I don't think they do. But I don't know that. So there you go. Reset the count. Ball 1. Oh, that misses. Ball 2. Here you go. Move that little. You already do it. Got to move it, Bruce.
Well, his right hand's the strike hand, right?
Oh, yep. There
Left
it is.
hand's the
Yep,
ball
yep.
hand.
That's moved on the middle finger. And there's a pop up. Right side foul and out of place. So now he can move that right hand. Strike 1. It's an interesting system.
As long as you keep it right.
Yeah. Strike 2. I mean, it's super tactile, right? I mean, you're definitely all over that. That's how you do it. I don't think you'd ever forget what's going on. Here's a high pop-up. Out into no man's land in center field, and it's handled by Lofton. That ends the inning. Rangers go in order in the second. We've played 2 so far tonight. Rangers in control 4-0.
Nothing stops Ram right down that third baseline, headed to home plate, the wire cam, and you can see the sellout crowd tonight on a Friday night. Wearing a lot of white Nolan Ryan jerseys, a little bit of blood on it.
Everybody packed in here tonight, and there is first pitch strike to Kyle Isbell.
What a great jersey to have. And then if you do like ketchup on a hot dog and you spill some, just adds a little blood.
Yeah. No one's the wiser. 0-2 the count on Isbell. 9th place hitter for Kansas City. Isbell, one of those guys, he's looking to make contact. And Gore sends that one up the middle, and that is blasted back to Duran. What a play by Zeke out there at shortstop. A rocket up the middle and a perfectly timed leap. 1 away.
Boy, and I think this had to be a perfect leap here. Yeah, Zeke waits just long enough. Times it up. Snags it out of the air. Oh, and then he lifted those feet up too.
Yeah. And a little flare, right?
Yeah.
Stuck the dismount.
Take that, Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
It's Vince Carter Duran out there.
Here's Lane Thomas. He takes one just a smidge high. 2-0. Thomas struck out on the first. That's popped up right side and out of play. Thomas double checking with Dreckman, our plate umpire. What do you think there? Was that up? Was that am I swinging at the right stuff? How much do you trust an umpire in those conversations, I wondered? Was it just nervous chattering?
I've always thought of that too. Hey, was that a strike? I don't know. You swung at it. Let it go next time and I'll tell you.
I mean, it's like, really, it's just this. It's this need for affirmation. There's a bouncer down to third. Young on top of it. And his throw is in time. Good job by Berger to keep a toe on the bag. Thomas retired. 2 are out. And now we have a message from Smart Arlington and DEA Dallas.
Fentanyl is the deadliest street drug found in our country today. The risk is real. Don't strike out. One pill can kill.
Well, 2 away. Bobby Witt Jr., the batter. And he'll watch one in tight. Well, those are some interesting numbers from last year when the Royals came through town and when Witt went 5 for 11 in the series. You know, playing in front of mom and dad. A lot of family and friends. I bumped into some coaches down on the field today. Always a lot of folks want to come out and see the pride of Colleyville heritage. That one is blasted out to center, but hangs up for Carter. Another efficient inning for Mackenzie Gore. 11 pitches needed in the 3rd inning. He's retired 7 straight, and the Rangers are up early 4-0.
Family Field Day at the Miracle League of Arlington Fields earlier today with local vendors, inclusive play opportunities and raffle prizes. All proceeds from this event are going directly to the build of Gigi's Playhouse DFW. That is designed to serve individuals with Down syndrome and their families across every stage of life. As we know, guys, Jake Berger's daughter with Down syndrome, it's been something that has really kind of influenced how he's spent a lot of his time away from the field. Obviously such a big part of his life.
Well, you're going to have a tough time finding another player that uses his platform better than Jake Berger does to help out communities.
Takes a lot of pride in it. Loves to do it. Such a positive guy and a great influence. These guys, a lot of them have such a good feel for that too. How much they do matter to people. There's Nimmo. Hits this ball pretty hard, deep out to center field, and it takes Isbell right back to the wall to make the catch. 1 away. Nimmo's had some good swings here the last couple of days, but not a lot to show for it that way. Here is Berger. Big double in the 1st inning. Help kind of kickstart this lineup and go on to score 4 runs in the inning. It was a big 2-out double at that.
All the runs scored with 2 outs.
Yeah. Those are just so satisfying. And it's almost, it sounds like a crazy thing to say. It's almost like they count for more. 1-1 the count.
Well, they hire people to say, Mike, you need to actually look at these stats instead of just say things. But I like just saying things.
Go ahead.
I've always felt like in my time of playing and watching Major League Baseball, the teams that are the best at hitting with runners in scoring position with 2 outs and the teams that are the best at pitching with runners in scoring position and 2 outs are the ones that make the playoffs. I just feel like it's so important. It's tough. It's tough to, like, oh, we got the guy on first, then we got first and third, then we hit a homer. Well, a lot of times you're going to have to score with 2 outs.
Bouncer third base here. And Garcia throws out Jake Berger. But to be clear, you're saying that anecdotally. You don't have, data to prove
never
that.
looked it up, but I've said it for a long time playing professional ball. Just, man, it seems like these teams that you play that are really good, or when you're on a really good team, like, we're really good with 2 outs. We're a good 2-out hitting team, and we're good at getting out of situations.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that's how you feel.
Yeah. And they're like, you know what? We're going to make this thing called an analytic department.
We're actually just going to look at the numbers and see if that's true.
Everything that people like Mike say, we're actually going to look up and say, you're wrong.
Yeah, well.
That person in my life is Jared Sandler.
Yeah. I trust that he's banging away on that right now, just down the counter from us. 1-1 to count on Ezekiel Duran. It is funny, though, because you do have strong feelings about things. There's Jared. 1-2 the count on Duran. We all have those things, right? That we think that's the thing. That's the key. That's the one. And then it always kind of irritates me when people prove me wrong, prove me otherwise. Like, actually, that's not the case at all. Oh. Well, feels that way.
Yeah. Why can't you just validate my feelings?
Yeah. Can we do that? One time, foul away, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Duran. Fan in a Rangers jersey made the catch tonight. That's good.
I wonder what player jersey that is.
No, you don't see that number very often anymore. That's outside. 2-2 to Duran. Nolan Ryan bloody lip jersey giveaway tonight. People came in, they got their giveaway. Yeah, they strapped 34 right on. They didn't wait around. 2-2 pitch. And Zeke chases strike 3. The inning is over, and so now Kohlig has retired 7 straight. That guy, was actually a brand new jersey. He just had a little trouble with his hot dog earlier. It's 4-0 Rangers. The Nolan Ryan bloody lip. It is so great, man. I mean, everything about Nolan Ryan kind of becomes iconic. And he is sort of the image of that generation of like a man's man. Takes a comebacker off the lip, just bleeding all over the place. Doesn't flinch, just keeps going to work.
It was amazing as a kid getting to go to a few Ranger games I got to go to when Nolan was on the mound. It was a special time at Arlington Stadium.
Gord.
You sat here with Tom Grieve for a while in your career. Did you ever ask Tom Grieve, did you expect Nolan Ryan to be that good at that age for the Texas Rangers?
No, not really. I don't know that we ever really directly got into that part of the conversation as this one blasted by first. Garcia on to start the 4th inning. So here it goes. Now, a lot of times people talk about this being a really hard comebacker. And you can see right there, it really wasn't. It was a tweener.
Yeah.
Just got him on the lip. And, man, anytime you get cut above the neck, somewhere on your face, scalp, or something like that, yeah, it's going to bleed viciously, as that one did. Strike 1 on Perez here. And Nolan, it was a more innocent time, talking back in 1990. Just didn't think anything of it. You just kind of kept moving. Outside, 1-1.
Had the famous line, "Nobody makes me bleed my own blood."
That's a great line.
From a movie. Later. But I imagine Nolan saying that.
1-1. Then a bouncer left side of the infield. Duran over to second, gets the out, on to first, in time! Double play! And Ezekiel Duran starts a sparkler there, 6-4 to 3.
Zeke Duran having a great game offensively and defensively here. This is a tough double play to turn. Luckily, Salvador Perez is running, so you have a lot more time. But really nice backhand, good feed to Lopez, and Lopez gets rid of the ball quick and firm. The Rangers have really struggled with turning double plays this year, fewest in Major League Baseball.
And the right guy at the plate, right? Let's be honest. Salvador Perez is a guy you can double up. That's the 8th time this year he's hit into a double play, but the start of that was the critical part. Big swing and a miss here by Marte. 1-1. Getting that to second base to get Garcia gives you the chance, and that was a really good effort there by Duran. The 1-1 pitch. It's upstairs. Just kind of rekindles a conversation we were having earlier about great defensive play. So much fun. Adds an incredible amount of energy to a game, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if the fans in the ballpark always register it that way. They know. They watch it and they're like, that's awesome. But it's impossible not to kind of keep that energy going when you see plays like that. 2-2. Bouncer left side, snared by Young. He hops up. Good throw. And how about that for a defensive inning for the Rangers? What a play by Ezekiel Duran to start a double play. And Young says, well, wait a minute, I can do it too. Nice snare, hops up, good throw. Inning over.
Our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game is Stephen Kolak's career in San Diego. You see the 14 games started, 56 games total this year in his 9 games. You see the 2.29 ERA. A very different pitcher, as talking to the Royals people saying, man, maybe we got a late bloomer here at 29 years old coming into his own. Obviously that first inning was tough, but he's bounced back from that first inning.
Got him last year in that trade for Freddie Fermin, and then he ended up pitching in 5 games down the stretch. Pitched really well, but did not make the opening day roster. Fouled off. 1-2. Count on Evan Carter. The Royals, they added some guys to their roster, some depth to their starting pitching, and that kind of squeezed Kolak out. So he had to start the year at AAA. You had guys like Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha, made for a crowded rotation, but then the injuries started happening for the Royals. Cole Reagan's the real bummer, the impingement in the elbow. And Kolak then was recalled in early May 4th. He's had 4 starts this year. They've been really good. His last start was fantastic. That was the 9 shutout against the Mariners. 3-2 pitch, and Carter fouls it away.
Well, any chance he was distracted to start this game, because Texas A&M was losing 5-0 in the 5th inning, came back and won. Scored 4 runs in College Station. Scored 4 runs total in the 7th and 8th inning to come back and win that game.
Chopper right side of the infield. Pasquantino throws to Kolak covering, and they are able to get Carter 1 away.
A&M with a big comeback win against, I believe it was Lamar. I don't want to leave Michelle out because UT just, I think, won 16 or 17-1 against Holy Cross today. So both the big Texas schools, one with a comeback win and the other with a blowout win.
And you got Texas State going, right? In this, who are they playing?
Yep, you got it.
Strike one to Alejandro Osuna. Jared just kind of perked up there. I don't know why. Strike pitches off the plate. Count 1-1. Oh, wait a minute. They were playing USC today.
Right. South Carolina. Okay.
No, nope. Southern California, the other USC.
Oh. That's right. Okay, the other USC. That's right. The other USC.
You know, the West Coast USC.
Okay.
So yeah, that one's just underway. So far, Texas State's winning that one 0-0. At least that's the way I see it.
Big upset brewing.
Yeah, 1-2 pitch, and that one is right down the third baseline. Osuna with an opposite field hit. He takes an aggressive turn, but will hold. 1-out single.
His job is to get to first base, and right there, two-seamer in, catches it late, right down the third base line, and with the shift, Garcia not anywhere close to that ball.
Alejandro going on the first pitch, and Jansen fouls it back. Interesting. Remember, Osuna took off in the first inning, and Salvador Perez threw it into center field. Jankowski immediately whispering something to Osuna. Long hold, and that ball's hit hard down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It is foul.
Right call. 403 feet. If you had hit it on top of the pole, it would have gone 17 more feet.
That's amazing. There's a toss over to first, and Osuna dives back. O'Neal Cruz, when the Pirates were here, hit it down the right field line, right off the top of the pole, and we were told it went 422 feet. Okay. Check swing, or did he check it? He did not. Jansen strikes out swinging. 2 away. We have seen some other home runs, obviously, since then here. Haven't been anywhere near as impressive as that O'Neal Cruz homer. And they've had much bigger numbers or similar numbers. And come on.
Yeah, they need to recalibrate that one. If you want to keep it at 22, I'm fine with that. Just put a 5 in front of the 22, and you'd be much closer to the real distance of that home run.
Breathtaking. Nicky Lopez takes one outside, 1-1. Well, Kolek has gotten 11 swings and misses so far tonight. On his way to 4 strikeouts. And he's also allowed 4 runs. One. And Lopez gets a piece. That's strike 2.
You know, I'm watching Osuna here, and Lopez, he's here for the Rangers for his defense. And the reason I wouldn't want to steal here is, look, if we get a hit, great. Then I have Peterson coming up. But if not, I want the lineup to turn over. I want Peterson leading off next inning.
Agreed. So the point there being that you risk trying to run here a potential out on the bases that then means that your inning begins with Nicky Lopez next inning.
Right, and so usually you'd say, well, I'm even though Osuna can run and can still, I'd hold him there.
Trying to just be a distraction, I think, at the moment. That is high. 2-2. You can see him over there threatening to run, but I'm with you. I think strategically they probably just don't bother with it right now. Kolek delivers 2-2, and Lopez shoots that foul out of play. Well, Lopez a week ago designated for assignment by the Chicago Cubs. Rangers picked him up. And tonight, his third game in a Rangers uniform. 2-2 on the way to him. That is high. So full count, and now Osuna will be running on the pitch. Jock due up next. Lopez used his timeout, now steps back in again. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Lopez chops it slowly right side of the infield, and a little underhand toss to first retires him to end the inning. The Rangers leave a man. We will head to the 5th inning on this Friday night. Rangers leading 4-0.
Catch a parachute and win a free Slurpee from 7-Eleven.
Showing the wheels in center field. Duran was all over the place. The leaping grab, the great start of the 6-4-3 double play. And Josh Young, great reactions at the hot corner to make a play. Rangers flashing the leather tonight.
Fun to watch and fun to pitch when you have confidence that your defense is going to make plays. Doesn't have you go for the strikeout so much. And I do think in Mackenzie Gore's career, he's at times gone too much for the strikeout on an 0-0 count.
One strike pitch. That is strike 2. That's that's a good one. Because it's hard. I mean, it's really difficult to strike somebody out on the first pitch of the at bat. 0-2. That's in the dirt.
When you get to 2 strikes, now let's you know, but you know, in Washington he had one of the worst defenses in baseball. It wasn't a very good team, and so I think that his pitch count would get up in a hurry. He's dealing with that this year, and I think he's getting better here in the month of May as it's ending with pitch counts and learning how to pitch a little bit more to contact early in the count.
He's got an outfield that ranks very highly. They do a good job defensively in the outfield. The defense on the infield this year has not sparkled for the Rangers. That's ripped foul. By a technical measure, defensive run saved. If you look at the 4 infield spots, first, second, short, and third. The Rangers' defensive run saved this year, it's a big negative number. It's the largest negative number in baseball. 2-2. And that is flared out to center field. Here comes Carter, but he can't get to it in time. Pasquantino sneaks one in there for a base hit.
Probably a good decision here, as Carter, I thought, was maybe going to die for this. Osuna does a good job of backing this up just in case, but pulled up last second. Good decision, pulled it to a single.
So Pasquantino is on. Here is Nick Lofton. And a breaking ball is in there for strike 1. Lofton, now 27 years old. He's from Corpus Christi, born in Corpus Christi, then a standout at Baylor. He's always done a good job of controlling the strike zone, but has lacked a little bit in terms of power and slug ability. Usually a guy that they hope can get on base at a good clip. 1-1. He ran into a little trouble. It was about 2 weeks ago, I think. He was playing St. Louis, and he tried to put down a bunt in the 9th inning, and he got hit flush in the hand with a pitch. He managed to stay off the injured list, but he's had just 1 hit in 7 games since then. Takes a strike. It's 2-2. He's been sharing the duties at second base, platooning there with Michael Massey these days, getting his time against the left-handed starters. Massey against the right-handed starters. And that's been a development since Jonathan India was injured. Swings at this one and lifts it high in the air to short right field. Nimmo going in, but it's Lopez. It goes out from second to make the catch, and that's out number 1. Good job by Lopez. It brings up now Jack Caglione. So you go from a guy in Lofton who really struggles to hit it over the fence. It's kind of asking a lot, to this guy who that seems to be kind of the primary goal at all times. He's looking to get off that ace swing and drive it a mile. Fouls off strike 1.
He's a guy that can look intimidating when he steps into the batter's box. But a lot of swing and miss in his career.
Yeah. Already 55 strikeouts, 56 strikeouts up to the moment. That one is inside. 1-1. First round pick, in fact, the 6th player taken in that 2024 draft out of the University of Florida. Used to be a teammate of Wyatt Langford's. And he gets underneath this one out to left field. Osuna has space out there, though. 2 away. It gives us just enough time here for Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Oh, 2 gone. Kyle Isbell. He lined out in the 3rd inning. Terrific play made by Duran. And couldn't stop himself there. Strike 1. Isbell from UNLV. A 3rd round pick in 2018. It's a good center fielder, but a glove first center fielder, as we say. 1 and 2. They're just trying to figure out how they can get him just to get on base with a little more regularity. Pasquantino over at first base. And the 1-2. That one, a 1 hopper to second. Nicky Lopez has it, throws out Isbell, and the inning is done. Royals got the lead man on, but Gore strands him right there. Halfway through this one tonight, the Rangers leading 4-0. Poll presented by U.S. Aviation Academy. Scan that QR code on your screen or visit the website now and let us know what you think. This Rangers Hall of Fame pitcher threw a perfect game for the club in 1994.
Jeff Brandenburg.
I don't want to give away the answer, okay, Mike, but no. Top of the order here in the 5th inning.
I gave it a shot.
You really did. I feel like you gave that partial effort. That's fouled off. 1-1.
I think the Brandenburg family would thank me for that answer.
Well, that may be. My guess was going to be Mike Bassick.
That was a sophomore.
Senior. Didn't let me finish my answer. The 1-1. Here's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Not his son.
Mom and dad are at the game tonight.
Is that right?
Celebrating my mom's birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
So happy birthday, Mom, even though I know you're not listening.
Yeah. I'm sure she appreciates that.
Yeah.
As much as the Brandenburg family appreciated that earlier shout out you gave. 1-2 pitch. And there's a swing and a miss. Peterson strikes out to start the 5th inning. It's just the feel good 5th, we call it. As Josh Young will come to the plate.
I'm glad the Rangers got those 4 in the 1st inning, because there's been some settling in on that pitcher's mound.
You know what it kind of reminds me of, and obviously not in a real good way, because he's only allowed 1 base runner since that inning. That one is just over third. Make it 2. Garcia couldn't quite get up for that one. Young going for 2, and he just gets in for the double. Pacharo looking to see if that is worth a challenge. It is not. Boy, good hustle by Young.
Right out of the box, too. This ball inside, but you can see right there immediately after contact, he's taking off. He's not the fastest guy on the Texas Rangers, so he has to go hard the whole way to give himself a chance here. Good slide to the back of the base.
Now Nimmo, he takes up and out for a ball. So prior to that hit, I was saying it reminds me tonight's a little bit of that Tuesday night game against Houston here. The day following that no-hitter. There's a swing, and that ball's blasted deep out to right. It is gone. What a shot by Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo, 435 feet, a 2-run bomb.
Well, nobody was going to jump at the wall and catch this homer. Absolutely crushed. 88, cutter running in. Nimmo gets the head out. And this one, shoot, that might be 20 rows deep.
Yeah, that almost got that facing of that sweet level out there. Goodness gracious. What a swing from Nimmo. And now Berger takes off the plate.
It's the cutter that runs on that inner part of the plate and catches it square. And Dave, keep talking about how that guy settled in and all these.
Yeah, I want to slowly continue to make this point, because as I'm making it, I'm seeing a much different response here. This is, by the way, 3rd time through for these Rangers hitters. Kohlick's 1-1, and that's strike 2. Anyway, Tuesday the Rangers, they scored 8 runs in the 1st inning. You'll remember, they went on to win that game, but they did not. They had just 1 base runner after that 1st inning, all the way until the bottom of the 8th, and then they added a run later in that 8th inning. But they just went a little bit quiet after that big first. Here they add a couple of runs. They lead 6-0. Berger had a double in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 3rd. 1 for 2 tonight. This one after the 1st inning, the Rangers had 1 hit the 2nd time through the lineup, but this 3rd time through, a little different story. 2-2.
We talked about the Yankees series where the Royals got beat up, and I'm wondering how much their bullpen got beat up, because there's nobody tossing a ball in the bullpen for the Royals right now.
Bouncer back up the middle. Lofton fires it across, and they get Berger 2 away. Yeah, that is it's an interesting observation, especially at 88 pitches. Obviously not at his best tonight. Well, they want to clearly see if they can nurse Kolek through 5 innings. 6 runs on 6 hits for the Rangers. And he misses downstairs on the slider. And a challenge. Salvador Perez, you see him talking to Zeke. I mean, he's like, dude, the whole thing was in the strike zone. Yeah, that seemed like an easy one for him.
Yeah. It was interesting when I was watching at home, David Murphy calling the last few games and getting that box and getting to see the balls and strikes pretty much immediately.
1-1. Little roller shortstop. And that's an easy enough play for Witt. They get Duran and the inning is done. But the Rangers add to their lead in the 5th inning. Josh Young with a hustle double, and then Brandon Nimmo, a towering blast to right. It's 6-0 Rangers.
Let's look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, and so far Mackenzie Gore has thrown 31 fastballs, 25 for strikes at 4-seamer, and then 7 sinkers, 4 of those for strikes. His fastball command has been there tonight, and that's a main reason the Royals haven't scored in 5 innings.
All right, just say that. Buries a fastball in the zone for a strike to Lane Thomas, who's 0 for 2. It's outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the Royals with 4 hits. They've kind of scattered those around a little bit. Thomas works himself in front now, 2-1. Thomas in there today in left field. He's had a success in his career against lefties. And he bounces that to third. Young has a nice easy hop, gives him plenty of time to throw out Thomas. 1 away. That brings up Bobby Witt Jr. Well, they do get some activity going in that Kansas City bullpen now. Steven Cruz loosening up a little bit. And Gore runs that one in on Witt. Pretty good numbers offensively. Just short of 290 average. With power, 9 homers, 25 RBIs. And he shoots that foul, and all of those things would make him a valuable player on a team. He also happens to lead all major league players at all positions with 15 outs above average defensively. So he is the best defensive player in the game. Not the best defensive shortstop, just the best defensive player, person, if you will.
Okay.
Human. I mean, he's really, really good, and he can hit. Two and 2.
Remember, to start his career, they started him at third base.
Yeah. He was pretty good there, too.
Good decision moving him to short.
Yeah, 2-2 pitch, and that one is bounced left side of the infield, and Duran in the hole. throws it across in time to get Bobby Witt Jr. and says, yeah, I've heard everything I need to hear about Bobby Witt Jr. I can play too, and Duran has had a really nice game.
This is a special play because Bobby Witt Jr. is one of the fastest guys in baseball out of the right-hander's batter's box. So Duran getting rid of this ball quickly. 1, 2, get rid of the ball, and his arm strength gets the ball there easily to Berger.
Really good game. He's made 3 just awesome plays tonight.
You could say he's the best shortstop in this game tonight.
There's a strike. 1-1. He's had the best game.
Yeah.
Of the 2 shortstops for sure. Well, you can't really say enough for what Duran has meant to the Rangers this year. 2-1. Michelle told us about the live batting practice today for Wyatt Langford that was so encouraging, and they're hoping to do the same thing tomorrow with Corey Seager. 2-1 is fouled away. That doesn't necessarily mean that Seager's return is imminent. It might still be a bit, but that's a big first step back if they can get that done tomorrow.
Yeah.
But in the interim, boy, has Zeke done a ridiculously good job in his stead. Two and two.
Well, and it takes away a little bit of a weapon for Skip Schumacher because Zeke can play all the infield positions, and he could play center if you needed to, but can play both corner outfield. So he has 6 defensive positions you can use him at. But with the injury to Seager, he's right there at shortstop every night.
Two pitch to Michael Garcia, and he fouls off yet another one. A long battle here between Gore and Garcia. This will be the 7th pitch of this confrontation, and a swing and a miss. Gore wins the battle, strikes out Garcia, who flings his equipment aside. And that's another 1-2-3 6th inning. Mackenzie Gore cruising tonight with a 6-0 lead.
Here in the South, we always do it the greatest. Southern hospitality, I'll show you around if you do want to get acquainted. Hit the cha-cha and you're not going to stop us, but try we going to get angry. Doing this for my raza.
Friday, Skip Schumacher is back after missing yesterday's game because his son was graduating. He said watching the game on TV last night gave him a different perspective. Most notably said at the bottom half of the lineup, he felt like he was just watching these guys be in between on the fastball collectively. For this half, he said they need to establish more of an identity, and if they're going to play small ball, they got to get guys on early. If they're going to hit the fastball and slug, well, then they need the personnel to do that. Now, we saw in that first inning, yeah, they did most of this with 2 outs, but that first to third steal for Ozuna, ready to get in a rundown, like that's the type of stuff that he's talking about. They're trying to get creative, especially in this bottom half of the lineup.
Yeah, I love the thought process from Skip. There's just not a lot of pop in a lot of lineups at the bottom of the order, and the Rangers don't have much pop when you look at their lineup 6 through 9. So how do we get on base and how do we create havoc?
Yeah, so if you don't have a lot of slug, you're then looking for athleticism. And it's tough right now because, yeah, I'll look at the numbers every now and then. I'll try and parse through, you know, the less obvious, you know, just OPS or batting average, runs scored. You know, find those other metrics that might indicate one way or the other what's going on with the team. And the Rangers honestly stack up pretty well, middle of the pack to a little bit better than middle of the pack in most offensive measures. I'll tell you though, where the Rangers have really struggled, and that is simply converting base runners to runs. They're doing it right at 30% of the time. The great teams, the good teams in baseball right now, right at 40% of the time. So Is that a big difference? Yeah, pretty massive. There are only a couple of teams that are even in the neighborhood of the Rangers down at 30%. One of them happens to be their opponent tonight, the Kansas City Royals. But it's obviously the teams that struggle are the ones that are not coming up with and the way you do that, of course, you hit with runners on base. Here's a little bouncer, shortstop, whip across his body with a good throw, and he gets Osuna. 2 away.
Bobby Witt Jr. with a nice play there, and Skip was talking about it before the game on yesterday, and it's been a theme throughout most of the season. The Rangers get in good fastball hitting counts, 2-0, 3-1, and they get a fastball, and they're late. That shouldn't happen. Now, look, you're facing Mizorowski, Paul Skeens. I get it.
Sure.
But, you know, a guy with, it's crazy to say an average fastball at 94, 95, but that's an average major league fastball. If you get into a fastball count and you're looking fastball, we shouldn't be late on those. And that's the in-between.
Right.
Wait a second. What are we looking for? You're looking for a fastball, right? But you didn't pull the trigger in time to get to the fastball.
That's the part that's so hard to figure. 2-strike pitch. Boy, that one looked pretty good. And there's another challenge from Perez, and that's got to be a confident challenge on his part. Let's see. ABS challenge. Oh no, a little bit in. A miss for Salvador Perez. They lose a challenge. One and 2 to Jansen. He just missed a homer earlier. And Steven Cruz, his first man out of the bullpen for Kansas City. He might have done well to have that one challenged, but hard to go back to back if you missed one. The 2-2, and that is popped up down the left field line and will end up a souvenir. Ooh. Are you kidding me? Another guy in a Rangers jersey? What a night.
2 Ranger jerseys.
Oh man. It's a target rich environment right there. 2-2 pitch, and Cruz yanks that off the plate. Well, Jansen's done a nice job here battling back in this. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He's making Cruz throw some pitches, the 7th of the at bat. And that one misses, ball 4, and Jansen works a 2-out walk. Bring up Nicky Lopez. So Mike, you were watching the games recently with Murph filling in for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And you had at home the box on your screen, right?
Right.
And I think it's worth explaining to viewers at home, because it is a subtlety that they may miss. When the ball lights up around the plate, if it's hollow, if it's just an open circle, that means it missed.
Right.
If it fills in all the way and it's a white circle filled in, that means it hit the strike zone. And that what you're watching at home is the ABS strike zone. So it's kind of funny we pop up the graphic and everything. Whoa, here it comes. Let's take a look. It's already been made clear if you've been watching. You already know what the answer to the question is. 2-0. That's inside. We don't. We do not have the box here.
So it's drama for the 20,000 to 40,000 people at the game?
Yes, it would be drama for them. That's a good point. It
shouldn't be drama for you at home because you've already seen either the full white circle, it's a strike, or a hollow ball,
right.
It's a ball.
It's really big drama for us, though.
It honestly is, because we're watching a little old school here.
Well, so let me ask you, do you like the experience of watching without the box?
Nope.
Oh, you'd rather have it?
Yep.
Okay.
Makes me feel smarter.
3-1. And that ball's hit hard out to the alley, right center field. That carries to the wall. It's gone! Nicky Lopez! 1 week after being designated by the Cubs hits a big 2-run homer against one of his former teams.
Lopez brought in for infield defense. Shows some pop. In a tough place in this ballpark to hit homers. Getting it into the Rangers bullpen. Just didn't know if that one had enough elevation off the
Same. Right, that's he was not wasting launch angle on that. Peterson takes high.
Four-seamer, middle, down. Don't lefties love dropping that head and just those hips clearing?
It always looks super cool. There's something about that left-handed swing, man. Another ABS challenge here. Salvador Perez. Yeah, he's had a pretty good eye. Missed on one earlier in the inning, but got that one. 1-2 the count to Jack Peterson. 6 of the Rangers' 8 runs tonight have been scored with 2 outs in the inning. Jock strikes out swinging, and Cruz gets through the 6th inning, but not without a little damage. Rangers adding to the lead. Nicky Lopez, his first hit as a Texas Ranger. Nobody could catch it. Lands in the Rangers' pen, and he makes it 8-0. Baseball on RSN is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. And by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas. Yeah, that's a tone-setting Friday. Those Ranger City Connects. That's intimidating right there.
I'll tell you what, Dave, you're a contact hitter.
I was a contact hitter. Yep. Hit a stationary object by accident. High fly ball right field. Nimmo gets underneath it and makes the catch. Salvador Perez retired. He's given bad advice once by a friend. He said, no, just swing it. Chevy drives Texas.
Were you worried more about that or the bat ricocheting into your head?
I was worried about the set. I wasn't worried about something hitting my head. That's happened plenty of times. I don't want to break anything. Could you imagine? I was really worried that I was going to break that whole thing, and I don't know, they use that for stuff. It's not mine.
You're right. They used it for a lot of stuff. I think they made sure that we were last in there, though.
Oh, yeah, I sure hope so. 0-2 the count on Marte now.
Let's get Goofy and Daffy in there to finish this one off.
For sure. I mean, there were a lot of indicators that something was off. Uh-oh. Marte takes one off the hand, and he'll head to first. When they gave us actual Major League uniforms to put on, I was like, oh, we're having fun. I see. Making fun of the old guy. Put him in a uniform.
It was fun to put on a Major League uniform.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, and we had
Thing is, I did it twice.
I told you I was going to hit something.
Because I did it the first time, and all you nudniks said, "Well, try it again."
It didn't even break.
Like, it just whatever, finish higher or whatever your lousy advice was, and I hit it a second time. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
It partly, I'll take some blame because I knew what was going to happen, but I also wanted it to happen.
Golly. It's the hardest I've hit anything in a while. 1-1. Pasquantino. Well, Tyler Alexander beginning to loosen. The phone rings out in that bullpen. So Gore closing in on 100 pitches. Might be nearing the end of this one tonight. He has pitched well. He's allowed no runs, just 4 hits. Here's a 2-1. And did you say it before the game, by the way, about, you know, pitching to contact a little bit more?
Yeah, well, not before the game. I was talking about his fastball command.
Yeah.
And then as the game progressed, I talked about his pitch counts have been better recently because he's pitching more to contact.
He's done such a good job of that tonight. Now he's gotten help defensively. There's a strike. But he's only struck out 3 tonight. And in a weird way, like I see that as a kind of a victory inside the victory. I like seeing guys go a little deeper in the game. 3-2. Ooh, did not miss by a whole lot. Pasquantino draws the walk, so hit batter and a walk.
Probably a strike to quite a few guys, but Pasquantino so tall. That one's below his zone.
So Skip Schumacher goes, all right, it's the right time. Couple of men on. Mackenzie Gore should get a pretty nice round of applause here. Looks like fans ready to greet him warmly as he heads off the field. 6 1/3 shutout tonight. Rangers up 8-0. Great job by Mackenzie Gore tonight.
And the good guys, the Rangers, runners on first and second and 1 out, and our standard insurance call to the bullpen is left-hander Tyler Alexander. So far a 2.25 ERA on the year, and 4 of 11 inherited runners have scored. He has 2 on base right here.
So Marte at second, Pasquantino at first. So Gore is done. And we'll look on from here. Nick Lofton, the batter. And he'll take a breaking ball, strike 1. Lofton 0 for 2. In fact, the bottom 3 spots in the lineup for Kansas City tonight, hitless in 6 tries against Gore. That one misses, and it's 1-1. Rangers with an 8-0 lead. This bullpen has done a good job this year. Bouncer, shortstop. We'll get the out at second. 1 on to first, in time 2. Another double play. 6-4-3, inning done. Alexander does his job. It's stretch time here tonight. Time for God Bless America. Let's check in with Chuck Morgan.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and direct your attention down the third baseline and welcome back Lauren Hedrick. Lauren will now perform God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, why with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Plate coverage is presented by Firestone Complete Auto Care. There's the dirt cam. Travis Jankowski didn't even see it, stepped on it for the first pitch of the game. And then you see some strikeouts and some home runs from Nimmo and Nicky Lopez. And the reaction from the crowd in the back.
That's kind of the best part of it, right? We have those big moments and then you see the crowd just sort of erupt behind. There he is.
Jankowski didn't even see it, just stepped on it.
Yeah. Must be good luck. Yeah, step on it again tomorrow. Well, Josh Young will lead things off now in the bottom of the 7th inning. So everybody had a moment there to get up, make a little noise, stretch out. They've had fun tonight. 8-0 the score. Sellout crowd here tonight. And the 1-strike pitch on the way. Young takes ball 1. Eli Morgan, the right-hander. 11th appearance of the season for him. Young takes off the plate again.
Big swing, first pitch. Looked very comfortable with those 2 takes.
There's a 2-1 and he chops that one foul. Well, Young with another hit today. It was a double in the 5th inning. So a 1-for-3 night. Josh on a little 4-game hitting streak. Hit a big home run yesterday, his longest of the year. Full count now. I thought it was a very impressive home run yesterday. Now, were you watching?
Yeah.
Yeah. Off the facing and that second deck in left field. Oh, strike 3 called. Not the most confident strike 3 call there from Dreckman, but Young did not challenge. One away.
Well, it doesn't catch the zone. I wonder this, and I don't know if Josh Young noticed this. Once he throws his arms up and takes those step that way, he can't challenge, right? He's kind of gone out of the batter's box and he's kind of looking at his own home team dugout.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be natural for a right-handed hitter to be looking that direction. So I don't know that in and of it's going to be up to the umpire.
Okay.
Right now, I think it's all discretionary. The rule reads immediate. You got to make an immediate challenge. But we've seen some umpires, some who give a little more, some who won't budge at all. I just think Dreckman, just his body language said, I'm not real sure. But you're right. Once he took that step to first base, maybe he had kind of somehow or another conceded the moment to Dreckman. 1-2 on Nimmo. Speaking of big home runs, he crushed one in the 5th inning. Morgan a little low with the changeup there. Changeup in the 70s, 78 miles per hour.
Turns it over. Swipes it.
Former Gonzaga Bulldog, the 2-2. That's inside. Check swing. Whoa, we're going to ring him up. Mark Wegner thought that Nimmo offered, and that's another strikeout.
Easy call.
Well, it's funny on slow motion how obvious that is. Live, I didn't even think he was close, but it definitely was. There's a strike to Berger. And Jake will challenge this one.
Hitter's challenging.
Another ABS challenge. Berger 1 for 3 today. Not a good one. Rangers lose a challenge there.
I wonder this. It's 8-0. There's a great chance the Rangers are going to win this game. Berger's talked about he really feels comfortable on the inside corner, knowing the striker ball. If he's like, I'm not sure about that one, like, let me challenge this and see where this zone is on that pitch. I mean, in a weird way, because sometimes as a pitcher, you know, you got to be established. Sometimes you might try something different if you're pitching an 8-0 game that you wouldn't do in a 4-3 game.
You're right. Well, it's a time to experiment then, if that is indeed what he was trying to do. 1-2 the count here. Morgan pretty sharp so far in this outing. First year with the Royals. He came up with Cleveland, pitched 4 years with the Guardians. Last year was with Chicago and did not have a good year with the Cubs, just 7 relief outings. 1-2, and that is off the end of the bat out towards center field. Isbell coming in, but can't get there in time. That's a tough read, I think, for Isbell. Coming off the end of the bat like that, and a second hit tonight for Berger.
You see a full swing from a big man, but this one's caught off the end of the bat. Falls in front of Isbell and gives Berger a 2-hit night.
So it brings up Duran, and he swings right through strike 1. Rangers 4 runs in the first, 2 in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th inning tonight. Just like that, 0-2 is Duran. Pretty aggressive in this at bat. Morgan with that hold at the belt. Nobody going anywhere, and that's up the middle, goes off of Morgan. Karams to short, no play. Another 2-out hit. Duran's second hit of the game.
Ball hit 92 miles an hour. Luckily, Morgan's okay. He waved off the Royals dugout. Doesn't look too fun.
Real clear where he got it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was the shoe or the calf.
You're right. He was able to convince everybody to stay in the dugout. Some to the top step. Like Quatraro might have even gotten a step or two out for them out, but he stopped them, so he feels fine. Perez checked with him, and so now Evan Carter. Here we go. Another look where that might have gotten him. Right there. Look, maybe at the heel, right, of his right foot. Carter takes strike 1. Evan had a double in the first inning. One strike pitch, and he's in a hole 0-2. Morgan keeps getting ahead of these guys. 2 strikes.
He has the nice changeup.
One and 2.
So Dave, I'm noticing something, and maybe I just didn't notice it during the Astros series. I'm looking at Carter's bat. Is he not using the where he has the big knob on the bottom?
Yeah.
More.
That one got him on the foot. Ooh. That one hurt too. They're loaded up. Matt Lucero, head athletic trainer, out there to double check on Carter.
Slider at 87. Oof. Yeah, that's not going to feel good right now, and it might feel worse in the morning.
The worst part of that scenario right there is if the foot was on the ground. If your foot's off the surface, like we saw that line drive come back and get Morgan's foot while he was in the air, it's a lot less impactful because your foot moves.
Right.
That movement absorbs some of that contact. But when your foot is planted like your back foot would be as a hitter, and it's dug into the ground, then you get 100% of that impact on your foot. That hurts. So runners everywhere now. And Osuna the batter. And he takes outside. So 2 strikeouts and then a Berger single, a Duran single, Carter hit by a pitch, and there they are. See if Osuna can cash a couple of them in here. There's a swing and a high fly ball right field. But Caglione actually comes in to make the catch. And the inning is done. Rangers leave them loaded in the 7th. 8th inning coming up here tonight in Arlington. Rangers enjoying an 8-0 lead.
Heritage Rangers jersey presented by State Farm on Saturday, June 6th versus the Guardians. Purchase your specialty night ticket at Rangers.com.
Okay, well, Rangers with the 8-0 lead now. Jalen Beeks checks in on this Standard Insurance call to the bullpen now in the 8th inning. 25th appearance of the year. He gets Caglione to lead it off and starts in with ball 1. So 2 lefties and then a long run of right-handers this inning, and Beeks, it's Caglione, lines that one out into left field. It's kind of a soft liner. Big turn, but he'll have to hold with a leadoff single. Man on, and a message now from Smart Arlington and DEA Dallas.
Fentanyl is the deadliest street drug found in our country today. The risk is real. Don't strike out. One pill can kill.
Caglione aboard. Like Berger trying to figure out, are we hold him, not holding? Isbell the batter. And he'll watch just off the outside corner. Well, if you're Beeks, the whole point of this exercise is to get Caglione and Isbell. 2 lefties. I guess a ground ball here would certainly help take care of that whole notion.
Alexander gets 2/3 of an inning throwing to 1 batter.
Yeah. Good job getting that double play last inning. Rangers have turned a couple of them. Fouled off of Isbell's foot, 1 and 2.
A lot of feet getting hit late in this game.
Hey, man. Somebody get a podiatrist out here.
Got a pitcher on a line drive, Evan Carter on a hit by pitch, and
well, that was
more Shinish.
Yeah.
He had it up just a little too high.
Oh.
He has the protection there. Maybe needs to get a catcher shin guard.
That would really annoy me. You know what I mean? Trying to do it right, and you just missed your guard. 1-2, and a high pop up back behind the plate. And that one won't be playable. What? Are you kidding me? Another fan in a Rangers jersey made the play.
Number 34.
Number 34. Have a night. By the way, speaking of which, 39,704 the paid attendance tonight. Second sellout of the year. 1-2 and a high fly ball right field. Nimmo. Finds his way to it, and he makes the catch. Isbell retired. And we'll see Lane Thomas now. This is kind of an interesting series between these two teams coming off that Houston series. The Rangers played 4 games against the Astros here. All 4 games, night games. Made it feel like a 12-game series. That one rides a little bit in. Now, here we play the opener right now tonight. We'll come back an afternoon game tomorrow. So, I mean, it's like the second this thing ends, you're already lining everything up for tomorrow's game because it'll get on you in a hurry. High pop-up. Left field, Osuna coming in, and he makes the catch. Man, Duran got way out there. 2 away, though. And then, of course, another day game on Sunday.
Well, I'd like to tell you that's the most important thing you've said all night tonight, Dave.
Did you not know tomorrow was at 3 o'clock?
No clue. I would have been showing up here and you'd have been like, we're in the pregame.
Oh, doggone it. Now I'll be kicking myself all night. Well, Bobby Witt Jr. takes low. Rangers have corralled him tonight. He's 0 for 3. Well, Mike, it's a 3:05 first pitch tomorrow, so
change of plans.
Yeah, might recalibrate everything you had in mind for tomorrow. I don't think you can get more than 9 holes in.
Oh man, places that have punch greens right now.
2-0, and Witt takes a strike.
Golf happening though in Fort Worth right now.
Yeah. Yeah, big weekend. 2-1. Our buddy Raniel, who runs the media elevator, his son out there all 4 days at the Colonial. Good for him. Glad everybody gets to enjoy all the fun. 3-1. Bouncer, shortstop. Duran there again, and they'll get the force out at second base. And the inning is done. Zeke's had a pretty good night tonight defensively. A lot of opportunities, and it just keeps coming through. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Rangers leading 8-0. Yeah, fans having a good time tonight on a Frost Bank Friday. These are great. Having fun tonight. 8-0. Rangers on top. They'll bat again here in the 8th. Against a new pitcher, Eric Sarantolo. This is recalled from AAA Omaha Storm Chasers today. So his numbers with Omaha this year, ERA of 9. And first pitch swinging. Jansen bloops it out deep short. Long run for Witt. He made that look kind of cool. Like it wasn't that big a deal. And he retires Jansen one away. All right, wellness check. Where's Michelle Montaigne?
Well, the last of these Rangers 8 runs coming off the bat of that guy. To put his home run in context, right? It was a week ago on Thursday that he last saw his grandfather in the hospital. Said his grandfather opened his eyes long enough to see him. And then the very next day, he was DFA'd by Chicago. After his grandfather passed, he told me that he knew his grandfather was up there pulling strings. He said he wasn't getting to play much with the Cubs, and his grandfather just wanted to watch him play. I can only imagine how happy Grandpa was to see that first Texas home run.
It's so cool. He said he was his best friend. His maternal grandfather, Larry. And he was a big Cubs fan, obviously a big baseball guy. Always, when he'd check in with other family members, Nicky said, you know, he'd check in with his brother and maybe his nephew and stuff like that. And his grandfather's first question to those guys always was, how's Nicky doing? Like, you know, he was just so proud of his grandson, the big league ball player. So that was tough. 93 years old. But seemed to have everything in pretty good perspective this week as he strikes out here. 2 away.
Dave, yeah, big Cubs fan, but he did say that his favorite piece of apparel was a Royals jacket that he got the day Mickey made his Major League debut.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Very much a generational game, right, Mike? Your dad played in the big leagues. You played in the big leagues.
And I had a special grandpa, and he would send me, now this is back in the day, I'm not this old, but he would clip out all the clippings of what's going on with the Cowboys and Mavericks and everything, and he'd send a big packet of news articles to me wherever I was at on the road.
Oh, really?
On like whether it's the Fort Worth Star-Telegram or Dallas Morning News, and what they're saying about the local teams.
Wow. Just to keep you up to date.
Yeah.
And another strike to Jock Peterson. 0-2 the count. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Special relationship. There's something about grandparents. Lord knows parents and children, slightly different relationship than grandparents and children have.
Yeah. Less responsibility, and you kind of get to do it over. You're like, oh, these are the mistakes I made as a dad in this situation, and here's a similar situation with grandson or granddaughter, and I can do it better this time.
Yeah. 1-2. A little bit of perspective always helps.
Yeah.
Cerantola's 1-2, and he buries that one. So Jock, he got behind. No balls, 2 strikes, but he never panics. I mean, Jock did not have a good year last year. I'm sure there was a lot of internal panic at times. But he's been a pretty steadying force this year. 2-2. My goodness.
Striking bowling.
I mean, isn't that what they call the guy in cricket? The guy who throws. He's the bowler, and that's what he tries to do, right? He tries to bounce it and
knock
hit
down
the wickets.
Yeah, oh, wickets. I was going to say pins.
Maybe Cerantola needs to try cricket. There's a high pop-up left side. And trying to get fouled, just does. Man, Michael Garcia, even the second attempt. Didn't quite get there. Tell you what, it was close.
Had a chance.
So now the 8th pitch of this at bat. Here it is. And that ball's hit hard down the right field line, and that is a fair ball homer. Laughter from Jock Peterson. Just kept it inside that home run pillar. 7th homer of the year, and it's 9-0 Rangers.
It was fun to see Jock laughing around the bases. I was thinking he was maybe going to Pedro Serrano this one and just take his bat all around the bases. I mean, hits it hard, hits it clean. It's hooking. It stays pretty straight.
Now Young.
That reminded me of Juan Soto in the World Series on how long he held the bat. There's first base right there.
0-2 on Young. Oh, man. Oh, he just took that one to the gut.
The old stadium, Norm Hitchcock used to call that the wedgie.
The
down
wedgie, yeah. 0-2. And Young swings and misses. Inning over, but the Rangers a 9-run night. And they're hitting the long ball. Jock Peterson having fun. All right, Rojas. Rangers with the lead and 3 outs away from finishing this one off. You see Osuna now in right field. So moving over to left field, Sam Haggerty. And Justin Foscue takes over for Berger at first. A couple of defensive changes for the Rangers. Gavin Collier is the new pitcher. Our Standard Insurance called to the bullpen, his 17th appearance.
You know, as you mentioned the defensive changes, I'm going to give, I think, a positive here.
Okay.
Evan Carter still in center field. And just because he got hit by that pitch,
sure,
limping around, and sometimes those things can tighten up, you know, as the game progresses, but still in center field.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You're moving all those bodies around. You would, you know, if you're making those kind of changes, it might be a situation where you would take him out, certainly if he was bothered at all. So Collier, the third reliever tonight. Alexander pitched 2/3 of an inning. Beeks a scoreless 8th. And Collier's first pitch a little bit in for ball 1. Great start tonight for Mackenzie Gore. Gore went 6 1/3 shutout. Allowed just the 4 hits. A walk and 3 strikeouts. There haven't been a lot of strikeouts by Rangers pitching. They've just been pitching to contact as Garcia fouls off strike 1. Meanwhile, the Rangers, they have, as an offense, once again succumbed to the strikeout. 10 strikeouts today for Rangers hitters. For whatever that's worth. I think you'll trade that for 9 runs. That misses, and it's 3-1.
Used to tell my team, just give me 9. Got your back.
I will almost always make 9 stand up. Yeah. Don't worry about it, fellas.
All that is 1 per inning.
I'll take it from here. There is ball 4. Garcia works the walk. Well, I've got a moment here for Standard Insurance.
Did you just pay your insurance bill and say to yourself, I need to save money? Call, come by, or click to save hundreds, if not thousands.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
So Collier puts a man on for free and now delivers upstairs here.
Big lead, but just a little bit concerning after 6 pitches here. Just not very close on these.
Yeah, I don't think it has you worried necessarily about the outcome of the ball game so much as it's you suspect that Collier doesn't need instruction, although here comes Teagues to talk to him. It's not like he's trying to do anything clever out there. Like you would think he would be, his intent would be just to throw it almost directly over the plate.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches in this appearance, and I thought, well, the first 2 were both balls, and well, maybe they want him to be better at getting a first pitch cutter, first pitch slider over for a strike. But now you get a walk and then a 2-0 count. Like, well, let's nix the practicing that and throw strikes now.
Agreed. Salvador Perez, usually a guy who will help you out too, and he watches ball 3. Perez is doubled. He's hit into a double play, and he's flat out to right. There's a strike. It's 3-1. We'll get some mock cheers from some of the fans here. The 3-1. There's another one. Full count. I mean, Collier's numbers are good all around. The payoff. And that misses up. So Perez draws the walk. Back-to-back free passes in the 9th inning. And you can see the skipper putting a call into the bullpen. Peyton Gray. So he's going to hustle to get ready. And Collier goes with strike one here to Marte. Of course, you can put all that to rest with a little triple play. Marte bounces that foul. It's 0-2.
All I can now do is hope that there's really a triple play.
What else would anyone be doing?
It didn't even enter my mind until you said it.
Oh, yeah. I could see it. Swing and a miss, and unfortunately, we're not going to get it. That strikeout will remove the possibility of a triple play. Gone. One away.
Luckily, Collier found the strike zone, and when you get ahead in the count, you can get more chase.
Yeah. All right, that was a great recovery, though. All goofing aside. Now Pasquantino. And he'll take a strike. So, yeah, he's maybe finding that slot for his arm now. Garcia at second, Perez at first. And that one is lined out over second base into center field. That's a base hit. Garcia around third, he scores. And there goes the shutout. The Pasquantino base hit makes it 9-1.
It's 95 right down the middle. You'd rather that happen than the free passes. The free passes are hurting your ERA right now. But make especially a team like the Royals, and especially in a score like this, put the ball in play.
Yep, that's the first pitch strike, and the runner Pasquantino advances on defensive indifference. That's another strike. Sweeper that time from Collier. 0-2.
Pitch is called a strike. The hitter is challenged.
An ABS challenge as Lofton disagreed with the call. Let's see. Nope, they are now out of challenges. Collier trying to put this game to bed. It's 0-2. Yeah, scoots Lofton off the plate. The rookie right-hander, the last 10 appearances he's made this year, 8 of them have been to finish a game. 1-2, and a pop-up first base side. Foscue is out of the foul ground, makes the catch. 2 gone. So the Royals are down to their final out. Jack Caglione, the batter, who was 1 for 3 tonight. And he shoots that one foul. Again, another little reminder, tomorrow's game, Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. 3:05 for the first pitch. Middle game of the series. One strike pitch. Way in. Rangers looking for their second win on this homestand. One. And that is strike 2.
Great crowd tonight, has been in it from the first inning. Rangers give them 4, and now everybody on their feet looking for the final out.
Collier's 1-2, and that is just tipped foul by Caglione. Now the Rangers looking for their 26th victory of the season. Another 1-2, and that's outside. The Rangers started the day 2.5 back of Seattle in the division. Seattle is at home tonight against the Diamondbacks. They currently lead Arizona 1-0. 2-2, and a swing and a miss. Collier gets Caglione, and this one is over. The Rangers, with relative ease tonight, a 9-1 win over the Royals.
Offense early, defense throughout the game. A lot of homers as this game continued, and the Rangers win it easy.
All right, they lose the shutout in the ninth, but they'll be happy with a 9-1 win. We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up for you here in just a moment.